My name is Rambao Patwani. I'm the Senior Manager responsible for Heritage and Museum Services here at the City of Ekurhuleni. So basically what we do, we ensure that the City of Ekurhuleni's cultural heritage is promoted, is protected, and also preserved. Here where we are now is the Chris Hani Monument. The site is very, very significant, especially because it's linked with Chris Hani. Chris Hani, we usually call him the president that we never had. You will remember that he played a very critical role during the negotiation during CODESA. And shortly after that, he was killed on the 10th of April 1993. And shortly after that, the country nearly plunged into a serious civil war. And if it wasn't Mandela to intervene to say, let's negotiate, let's ensure that the negotiation continues, because I think it was a plan to derail the negotiation process. So Chris Hani played a very critical role, and obviously his untimely death also led to the elections, because that was the most important thing. We needed general elections. I think his death expedite the elections so that they can be held as soon as possible. So Chris Hani was a very significant political figure, and that is why we celebrate him here in the city of Ekurhuleni. As the city of Ekurhuleni, we have taken a resolution. We've passed a resolution to ensure that we continue to commemorate and celebrate the legacy of Chris Hani. So April has been declared as Chris Hani month. The whole of April, that is where we have activities to commemorate the lifetimes of Chris Hani. One of those activities is the wreath-laying ceremony. We usually have some public lectures, but also the schools debates, wherein schools are invited to come and debate about the legacy of Chris Hani. So there's a lot that we're doing in order to promote and preserve the legacy of Chris Hani as the city of Ekurhuleni. Chris Hani was a very gentle soul. He was a very loving person. I can say he was a public speaker. He was an orator. He was somebody who was very deeply entrenched into politics. But I think most importantly, he's somebody who loved the mass and the poor people. And I think what I like and what quickly describes his legacy is the Triple H legacy of Chris Hani. And this Triple H legacy of Chris Hani, it speaks about the hunger, the need to end hunger. And you can see that the need to end hunger, obviously it ties up with, or it's connected to, making sure that poor people are fed so that everybody goes to sleep, not with empty stomach. But another thing that he was very much passionate about was to make sure that the issue of health, because we're talking about the Triple H legacy, is the hunger, is the health, and also shelter, which is the housing. So those are the three pillars that Chris Hani was very fond of, and it's something that as a city of Ekurhuleni we are continuing to make sure that we live by his legacy, ensure that people have got the basic needs, and these are basic needs, and these needs as well, they are tied up to the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa. The Chris Hani Memorial takes a form of a cycle to symbolize unity, equality, and inclusion. The 5 cycles that you see, it represents the 5 decades of the life that he shared so selflessly so with the people of South Africa. From the middle of the podium, you can see some strong lines, radiating outwards to symbolize the ripple effect that Chris Hani had in the lives of millions of people as well. So the site, as you can see it as well, it has got a 32-degree angle to the existing grave of Chris Hani. It shows the life that he spent as a member of the South African Communist Party of South Africa. He spent 32 years as a member of the SACP. So that is why his grave is placed parallel to the monument at a 32-degree angle. The other thing of note that I think it is very important is the shape of the pillars. It makes reference to the word gladiolus. Gladiolus it's a flower that grows in the Eastern Cape, where it comes from, in a place called Cofimvaba. The monument itself is divided into three parts. We have got the Chris Hani Memorial, we have got the Walk of Memorial, and we have got the Wall of Memorial. So where we are now is the Walk of Remembrance. It's caving and it meanders, but of most importantly, it links the wall, the Chris Hani Memorial, with the Wall of Remembrance. So you can see this strong line, black line that connects the two. The Wall of Remembrance, what we intend to do with it is that we are going to inscribe the names of all the freedom fighters. The process of verification has been completed, so we are going to install those names into those three boxes so that we honor our freedom fighters. The site was officially unveiled in 2015 by the former president of South Africa, Jacob Zuma. But in terms of declaration, it was officially declared on the 10th of April 2017 as a National Heritage Site. We make sure that we involve the community in the management of the site. But of most importantly is that every year on the 10th of April, we invite members of the community to come and commemorate and celebrate the legacy of Chris Hani. But we also engage the community on issues of protection of sites, not only the Chris Hani monument, but sites where this community resides, to make sure that they become part of the sites, they become part of the history of the sites, but they also become agents of identifying sites in their respective area so that they can have this sense of ownership. So we teach them, we do workshops in the community to ensure that they protect their history, they acknowledge their history. Because what better way to make sure that the site is protected than to teach them a sense of ownership, so that they feel like they own the site. It's part of their history. So obviously, if they embrace the sites, they won't vandalize it. So those are some of the initiatives that we're doing at the city of Ekurhuleni. SAHRA has been with us all the way. Since the site was declared in 2017, SAHRA has been very helpful. They've been helping the city of Ekurhuleni to go through the worst things that we ever come across. There was a time wherein the monument was vandalized, and SAHRA was there with us, making sure that we follow and comply with all the legislations relating to heritage. So we work closely with SAHRA here in Johannesburg to ensure that all our sites are kept according to the National Heritage Act. And when there's vandalism, they take us through all the processes of making sure that the site is restored as well. What is important is that we need to ensure that the young people, we teach them the importance of heritage, the importance of their own identity, the importance of their own culture, so that they are able to preserve it themselves. They are able to explain it themselves, and avoid the situation wherein somebody comes and explain who you are. So I think it's high time that people should be able to define themselves, and what a better way to express it through memorials. What SAHRA is doing is very commendable, and I think we need to start working closely together to ensure that we promote these sites. promote this history. It's very, very much important to work with SAHRA.